Let me face my fear. Oh my goodness, it's such a banger. Hey guys, HMK here once again with the analysis and secrets to the Kingdom Hearts 3 opening trailer for the it just looks so good and it features Face My Fears, but of course that music is copyright out of the wazoo, and I just want to make a big note that this is not the full trailer. This is, or I should say, the full opening to Kingdom Hearts 3. They've confirmed this is a sneak peek, of course, because it ends abruptly and it clocks until about 1 minute 30 seconds. And previous Kingdom Hearts openings, including Kingdom Hearts 2, was almost 5 minutes. So, whoo, you ready for that goodness? So we're gonna go ahead and analyze this nice sneak peek because there are some factors into this that are really cool that are more than meets the eye. And let's just get right down and dirty into it. Alcohol reference. Ooh, my goodness, is that the wine and rum from Pirates of the Caribbean? So we're gonna start off with Sora on a serene landscape with he's standing on water, and I just want to say that this landscape that we've seen before in a previous Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer matches all three aspects of Kingdom Hearts when it comes to the characters, the trio of characters, which is land, sea, and sky, water, earth, and air. You know, all that good jazz. And Sora is standing on water, using it as land, and he sees nothing but sky. I just like, oh, this illusion is so good. And I want to say another thing. The first thing we see is Sora, right? Open his eyes, and he looks so good. It's been a while since we had this. I mean, of course, we had Zero 2 Birth by Sleep for an opening, but it's been a while since we had some really good in the cinematic style of Kingdom Hearts. But this seems to be more of a combination of the Kingdom Hearts cinematic style, graphical style, and the Kingdom shader, which is good. You know, it's all good in my book. And then the next thing we see is a starry sky and young Xehanort. They are the two catalyst, most important characters to Kingdom Hearts. Sora, young as a boy, they're both young. Sora and Xehanort as a child or as a youth or whatever. It's just, it's so good. And we actually see more of Xehanort's design, young Xehanort's design, and we can actually see that the Land of Departure symbol is on his belt, just like Terra when he was younger, and it's really cool. And he still has the X on his chest. Everyone who's trained there has a very similar garb, so it's cool that they're, you know, reusing these elements for those who know what's going on. Of course, he's at the chess set, and we do see a number of chess pieces, but thanks to the Face My Fury English version, Hikaru Utada, and Skrillex, it blocks a bunch, but we see a bunch of the dark pieces, or the gold pieces, which I can see right now is Xemnas, Ansem. I want to assume that that star-looking thing is Marluxia, because it looks like a flower, the dice, which represent Luxord, and of course, Xehanort's piece himself, and I'm pretty sure behind the M in Face My Fears is the hourglass, which represents himself, young Xehanort. So we're gonna keep going forward. He looks out in the sky, and a starry element is out in the viewing port, the gazing of the starry sky. Now, of course, stars represent other worlds in Kingdom Hearts. This could mean a couple of things when he's looking out in the sky and like glows in his eyes. This could mean it could be the realm of darkness, which he's enamored with the darkness. That star represents that world that is the dark world or whatever. It could be Destiny Islands, which represents his home, but it doesn't make sense if it was shine purple. It could be his own star, because Yen Sid in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep said that not only do the stars represent worlds, they also represent people. And then, you know, Ericus' star got blinked out. That could represent his own star, his own meaning to the darkness, his dark future. You know, he's meant for greater things. And he looks at it. Now, of course, here his eyes are silver grayish, you know, a very dark color, nowhere near gold, yellow, or anything that he's known for. I made a theory video about this, so I'm not going to really get down and dirty into that. I will leave it in the description box below and in the end slate. So we're going to keep moving forward, but I just want to say that the fact that his eyes are yellow could easily be something of a, you know, error, a visual error in this trailer, because we've seen that before in the 0.2 Birth by Sleep stuff. So here we have Xehanort taking his first piece and ready to make his first move. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, that is definitely Void Gear in his hand, so that is Vanitas, and that goes in line with what we're about to see. However, I just want to say, this piece over to the left, I have not been able to match that up with a Keyblade, because of course these pieces either match up with the Keyblade charm or represent a person or something like that, or maybe their future Keyblade charm or whatnot. And I don't think I can match it up with something. It doesn't match up with any of Ventus's or Aqua's Keyblades, which I kind of assumed, since you can see Terra's charm for Ends of the Earth over on the right side. So if you can match this up charm, leave it in the comment section below of who do you think this matches up to, or if you are able to find out who this definitely does match up to, let me know in the comment section below. So he drops down Void Gear right here, and the darkness swirls. And of course, this represents Birth by Sleep. And I feel like that's very, symbolic. And that's why I was trying to see if that chess piece belonged to Ventus, because it shows Vanitas coming between Ventus and Terra, but I was not able to match this up with any of Ventus's Keyblades, especially Wayward Wind or Lost Memory. So it goes down, and it shows off the scenes of Birth by Sleep. And this whole trailer is definitely goes in line with a recap of what we've seen in the Kingdom Hearts series, and shows that young Xehanort has been pulling the strings throughout the entirety of the series. The darkness swirls around Terra, and he becomes Terra's Xehanort. Nothing new here, but it's cool to recap it. And then we see Aqua and Ventus getting scared and trying to, hold on to each other as the darkness consumes and surrounds them. Here we have the darkness swirl down into Ventus's Station of Awakening, which of course shows Ventus and Vanitas. It breaks, as we saw in the opening for Birth by Sleep, and then we know what happens to Ventus, where his heart gets swallowed up. And we've seen this scene also in the Birth by Sleep opening, where he just, dissipates, falls to the sky. And here we have young Xehanort looking all sinister, ready to make his next move. Now, back on the chessboard, we can see things like Xehanort, Luxord. There's a couple of pieces in line of each other, but I definitely do think that's Larxene's Knives and Cyax's Moon in front of each other. And then we keep going to till we see Ansem's Guardian, which that is his piece. And we see that star again, which I do believe is Marluxia's piece. We see an Hourglass, which is young Xehanort, and then Sora's piece, which is the crown. We see... I want to assume that's Terra's piece, Riku's piece, which is the Heartless Heart emblem without the stitches, Mickey's mouse, Mickey's ears, and the star. That star, I do believe that's Kairi's piece, because her Keyblade, which is Destiny's Embrace, is basically a Papu fruit, which is in the form of a star. So we see young Xehanort, and the lightning is flashing down. Ooh, this is so ominous! It looks so good. And then he's juggling a piece where if we stop it right here, we can tell right there that is Xemnas' piece. Piece, I should say, because those are his ethereal blades, and it does get confirmed later on in this trailer. So we see Sora, Riku, and Kairi from the scene of Kingdom Hearts 1 on Destiny Islands. It looks so good. Look, talk about a glow up. Oh my goodness, it looks... this game looks so beautiful. And then young Xehanort drops down Ansem's piece, which is the Guardian. You can see that's the Guardian's ears or whatever, or lobes. And then he drops it down. There goes Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, right there. You can see in the frame. He drops it down in order to mess with this next stage of the Kingdom Hearts lore. Of course, Vanitas got dropped down for Birth by Sleep. Ansem got dropped down for Kingdom Hearts 1. And then we see, of course, Riku getting swallowed up by Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, as it happened in Kingdom Hearts 1. And then the darkness flings Sora and Kairi, just like it flung around Aqua and Ventus. And then they're trying to hold on to her, but they can't reach. And there goes Kairi and Sora. And then Sora gets thrown into his own piece on the chessboard. And I just want to say, the big symbolic and enigmatic, I would say, the big piece of lore that's being thrown in here for the symbolism and stuff is that this is the moment where Sora is thrown into the Keyblade War, and he's thrown into his piece on the chess set, and I'm like, that is some grade A allegory. Yo, Nomura is a madman. So he's literally being thrown into his piece, thrown into his war of the Keyblade War. Xehanort smiles because that is the thing he's trying to do. And then one thing that a lot of people have been talking about on Twitter, and then of course they pointed out to me, is that for a split second, see, if you look too fast, you'll miss it. So if you go down 2 frames, you see Sora falling out the window next to young Xehanort. It's literally 2 frames, like 1, 2, that's it, 1, 2, and then that's it. Like, I'm literally clackety clack, you can hear it, 1, 2, that's it. And then it goes into the next scene. That's wild. Nomura is a madman. Like, 1, 2, 1, 2, that's I want to see some 1-2 comments in the comment section. Then we go on to the next stage, which is 358 Days Over 2, where we see Axel, Xion, and Roxas, my boy, sharing some sea salt ice cream. And look at the detail on their coats. It looks so good. Young Xehanort drops on their piece. This opening is so good. He drops on her piece, and there goes Xemnas with the ethereal blades. That's Xemnas' piece. And, oh, my boy, Xemnas. Oh, you look so clean in this one. Let's go. And then drops the piece. There goes the darkness surrounding, as we all see. Now, here's the kicker with Xion. Now, we've been talking a lot about this on Twitter and all that stuff. Here, and a lot of people is lining up the pictures and stuff like that. It appears that Xion's hair is white. And it's not just the one strand on the side of her hair, it's also the strand in front of her left cheek that you can see this. But then a lot of people's like, oh, it could just be brown hair, because of course during this scene in 358 Days Over 2, Shion appeared as Sora. And you know, I understand that, but I do want to argue the fact that Shion's body is still Shion because it's very feminine, and that's as much as I'm gonna go into that can of worms. So that's something to be desired. Is Shion Norded? We'll find out later when the game comes out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Roxas runs to her, and you can see that she still has her high heel boots, because of course when Shion appears as Sora, Sora's body frame, Sora's shoes, all that stuff. But you can see this Shion's body frame still. And the darkness surrounds, the darkness in the edge of the world just surrounding everything. This game is gonna be wild. So Roxas goes to grab her. She dissipates. There is her death. That is the seashell that was left behind when Roxas had to kill her in 358 Days Over 2. And then, of course, the scene where Shion smiles at Roxas, and then Roxas starts crying. But this one, he just starts screaming and crying. He's like, why? And I'm like, who else would I share ice cream with? This trailer has me feeling all types of emotions, and I'm super tilted. But here we go. Xemnas just walking past Roxas. The darkness dissipates. And here we're back in the chessboard, and we can see off in the distance Xemnas' piece, Saïx's piece, but it's way too blurry with the rain and all. We see Axel aside from Roxas, and a tale as old as time where we see the very iconic and climactic battle between Roxas and Axel, where he summons Oathkeeper and Oblivion, and then Axel summons his Eternal Flames, and let's go! And I just want to say, the raindrops look so good. This is going to be my wallpaper, and the fact that they're fighting over an X. Nomura, stop it. Like, let's go. This looks so good. And then we get thrown into the middle piece, and then here is a very interesting kicker where we're going to see a bunch of chess pieces from the Secrets of Darkness. Let's see if we can try and name them. The first one is obviously the keychain for Void Gear. That's done. The second one is the keychain for Young Xehanort's version of No Name. That's Young Xehanort. Done. That is the Guardian symbol that we've seen earlier in the trailer for Ansem. That's done. All right, this one is very interesting. A lot of people have not been able to like kind of boil it down. I want to go ahead and say that this is Vexen's shield, which is Frozen Pride. It looks kind of wonky, I know, but I feel it marks up with that. So I'm going to assume that this is Vexen's shield. Next up, we have this weird spike-looking thing. It looks like a type of arrow or, nonsense. I want to go ahead and say that this might be, I don't know. Wait, I'm pretty sure, I was thinking about this earlier. It'll come back to me as I go through these pieces. These are the dice, it's Luxor. This is the flower, I honestly believe this is Marluxia. That is obviously, what's his face? Xigbar's arrow guns. This over here, in the distance, is, I want to say that that's Demyx's sitar. Behind that are Larxene's knives. And off in the distance is Saïx's moon. So, who am I missing from this? Oh, that could honestly be Riku. That could be Data Riku, or Riku Replica, or whatever. I mean, it does show something like of a twin, something like splitting off. So Data Riku, Riku Replica, that could be the Riku thing that got Norded. So yeah. All right. So let's go through them again. All right. Vanitas, Young Xehanort, Ansem, Vexen, Riku, the Riku thing, Luxord, Marluxia, Xigbar, and that's Demyx. Over in the distance, Larxene. And then I think behind that is Saïx. And then here we go to a fight between Sora and the Marvels. So here we have Sora fighting Ansem, Secret of Darkness. And this is in line with the bosses that he had to fight throughout the series in his first 3 adventures. First, he fights Ansem in Kingdom Hearts 1, right? Ansem goes away. Then we have Marluxia from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. A lot of people were asking, why is Marluxia there and why is he not Norded? Because this is still a recap. This is when Sora had to fight Marluxia in Chain of Memories. So he fights him, goes off. And then the next fight, Sora had to fight against Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 2. And then Xemnas goes to the final form. That's such... Oh my goodness, Xemnas looks so good! I'm feeling ways. Oh, look at Sora. Sora looks great too. Like, oh! And he's getting ready to stab him. Here we go. The next piece that gets thrown into play is Master Xehanort himself, the GOAT off of Xehanort's No Name Keyblade. And here we have Young Xehanort growing older and morphing into old man Xehanort. And look at that unnecessary detail in his coat. This man looks great. Whoo boy, let's get it. Here we have Sora and Kairi to like alone for a little bit for, you know, this is just great. He looks like he's protecting her from Xehanort and the boys, and this is Xehanort and his two other selves, which is his nobody Xemnas and his heartless Ansem. So he's about to go in. Ansem fires two spinning dark Firaga shots at Sora and Kairi, and it looks like it's gonna go down, and Sora's ready to protect Kairi. So pure, and here comes the boys, Donald and Goofy, blocking the shots. Wait, is Donald using his hand? He is. What? Donald is literally taking, like, I mean, Goofy has a shield, he's blocking it with his shield, but Donald is straight up like, no! And at the palm of his hand, what up? I mean, he could be casting Reflect, but I mean, he would have to use a staff for that. All right, next up, Xemnas thinks he's about to do something. Then here come the Keyblades, Way to the Dawn, and Kingdom Key D. Goes through Xemnas. Well, Xemnas dodges them. Dodges like, nope, here they come. Riku, the boy from Kingdom Hearts 2. This is like basically recap version. And then King Mickey from Kingdom Hearts 2. And then, yo, everyone here from Kingdom Hearts 2 attire, and Kairi summons her Keyblade, Destiny's Embrace. And I'm thinking that later on in the full opening, we'll see the boys, Riku, Mickey, Sora, and Kairi transform into their Kingdom Hearts 3 attire in like later on in the opening or whatever. And then here we have the boy, Xehanort, with the guys, Xemnas and Ansem, and the other members of the 13 Seekers of Darkness. And this still looks so good. That's wallpaper material right there. Let's go. And then Sora's getting ready to stab a Rooney. And then that's it. It's over. Kingdom Hearts 3. This trailer is wild, and I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis and secrets. If there's anything I missed, please leave it in the comment section below. I hope you guys learned something. Until the next Kingdom Hearts 3 video. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my breath. I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Xemnas off.